Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on the channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And welcome to episode 34 of Coffee and Toys here on the CoolFigurez channel. And man, does it feel good to be back, guys. Well, to be honest, it doesn't feel good to be back home, but it does feel good to be back talking with you guys about some toy news and so much more, guys. You know, I won't lie, it was very difficult leaving the beautiful island of Maui. I will be eventually relocating there sometime within the next 5 years. I've made up my mind. I don't know how I'm going to fare as a toy reviewer, as I won't be able to get stuff as quickly as a lot of people. However, I have noticed that since it's a smaller place, there's not so many collectors, and it's actually pretty plentiful in terms of toys and collectibles, especially the NECA section at Walmart. That thing was stacked full of everything new and even some old sets. But yeah, definitely going to be relocating there sometime soon within the next 5 years. Hopefully I can still continue this channel. You know, you just have to wait for the reviews a little longer than most people. But I will most likely still continue it because I love talking toys. I love reviewing toys. I love toy photography. It's just going to be a little bit of a shift and change. But like I said, that's in the way distant future in about 5 years or so. So anyways, it's good to be back, guys. And like I said, welcome to episode 34. As always, we're going to talk some Coffee and Toys live. For you TMNT fans, we are going to talk a little of the final Last Ronin. So I will warn you for spoilers ahead. Of course, this week's toy haul. And of course, this week's toy news. All of this and so much more. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and hit that bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. If you do enjoy this video or any other videos that I put out, please remember to give them a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. With all of that out of the way, guys, once again, welcome to episode 34 of Coffee and Toys here on the CoolFigurez channel. And like I said, it's good to be back talking with you guys. It's not good to be back home. It seems to get harder and harder to leave that beautiful island each time. I keep telling people I'm going to take my dog Blue next time I go because I'm not coming back. So it's a joke. I like I said at the beginning of the show, I plan to make that move, that transition, in about 5 years or so. But hopefully we'll see if it's sooner or not. I'm hoping it's sooner, but obviously money and everything, it costs stuff. But thankfully my personal training business is catching on. I have some other stuff on the side that, you know, I'm working on that hopefully should bring me some decent cash flow, so that way I can finally move out, do my own thing, and hopefully start living a life on that beautiful island. But anyways, guys, I will address one thing. My hand, you guys will probably see, it's pretty fucked up. I had a bit of an incident on the island. It's a little bit of a personal issue, so that's as far as I'm going to address it. But yes, I will give you one good look at it. It is pretty fucked up, especially my pinky. So yeah, but it's healing. It's all good. Let's move on. So anyways, guys, this week was also the return of Coffee and Toys Live, which was amazing to come home to because I literally touched down on Tuesday morning and Wednesday I had a show. So that brought me back to life. That brought me, you know, some good positive energy after feeling a little down from coming back. And this week's guest was the one and only Can't Kill Chewy. If you don't know who he is a YouTuber here on YouTube, and he does toy like top 10 lists for Black Series and Vintage Collection, but with a comedic twist. He very much pokes fun at Hasbro and stuff, but it's all out of love. You know, like he says in our conversation, regardless of how much he pokes at Hasbro and the Black Series and the Vintage Collection, he's still gonna order each and every single figure that comes out. So I had a great conversation with him. Super awesome. Like I always say, it's so awesome when I get to speak to people that I, you know, came into this hobby looking up to, you know, watching their videos, and now I'm having a chance to speak with them on my podcast. Super awesome. Super great conversation that we had. So definitely stay tuned for that. That will be at the end of this podcast. But moving forward, we also have some exciting guests for the podcast. Next Wednesday, I will be speaking with the Loyal Subjects Toy Company. That will be happening on Wednesday at, I believe, 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock. I'll have to confirm. It says in the email that you know, when we were speaking and stuff, so I just have to go back to the email and confirm. I probably should have did that before the show. You know what, I have my phone right here. Let me see. Let's see, I want to confirm with you guys so that way we all know. Let's see. we agreed on, yeah, 3 p.m. next Wednesday. So definitely look forward to that. I always look forward to speaking with toy brands. Honestly, I look forward to speaking to any and all the guests that, come on to my show, because they're willing to take time out of their busy day to come and speak with me, and I really appreciate that, because they make the show. People like you all come to the show because of them, and it means the world to me that they take time out of their day to come on to the show. So after the loyal subjects, I do have, I should have wrote it down, but I believe it's visual approach photo, and then after that it's go figure go, and then after that I'm in talks with 2 other people to schedule them after that. So stay tuned for those, but I will put an updated schedule on my story on Instagram at CoolFigurez, hopefully Monday, so look out for that as well. But yeah, exciting guests to come, but honestly guys, every guest I've had has been pretty exciting, so I always say exciting guests to come, and previous guests have been exciting. Like I said, I had a great conversation with Can't Kill Chewie, so definitely stay tuned for that interview. So that's basically it in terms of Coffee and Toys Live, guys. Like I said, it feels great to be back. I absolutely love doing live shows, and coming back, feeling a little down from coming back from, vacation in Maui and stuff. That definitely, like I said, perked me up and brought my spirits back. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for Coffee and Toys Live. So why don't we go ahead and move on into The Last Ronin. So if you are a Tmnt fan, you have probably been following this storyline, and well, it has finally come to a conclusion. And I know this came out not this Wednesday, but the previous Wednesday, but I wasn't here. I finally got the issue yesterday. My comic book shop doesn't open until Wednesday during the week, and then I got busy on Wednesday, and so I had to wait till Thursday. But I finally got it, and I finally read it all. And so spoilers ahead. If you have not read it, do not listen to this part. Skip ahead to when I'm talking about toys, and if not, you have been warned. So talking about The Last Ronin, the final chapter, my thoughts, I'll give you my thoughts on the overall story first of all, and I have to say it's a solid 8.5 out of 10. I would really like to give it a solid 10. I just feel like 1 or 2 issues was kind of wasted with the Ronin just sitting around doing nothing. And I feel like, I know they gave us a lot of backstory in those issues, but I feel like the time that we had with the Ronin could have been utilized a little bit better. And then also the epilogue was a little kind of baity and everything. And however, take away the epilogue, and honestly, you kind of bump it up to a 9 for me. I have to be honest. I was not expecting them to kill off Mikey at the end. I'll be honest. I thought he was going to make it to the end. I 100% thought that they were going to continue the story with him being the sensei for Casey Marie Jones. And however, it's not the case. And that kind of caught me off guard. The battle was interesting, I have to admit. He essentially fought nanotech armor and won, which is damn near impossible. But Mikey, my boy Mikey, figured it out and was able to pull it off. But that ending, or I should say epilogue, when Casey Marie's growing 4 new turtles and it says to be continued, it kind of killed it for me, I have to admit. There's certain things that just don't need a continuation, that don't need a part 2. Cough cough Joker. And I feel like this was it. If you wanted to kill Mikey off in this issue, I feel like that's where it should have ended. That's where they should have put the nail in the coffin and just said, okay, that's at least the end of this story, much like they do with other alternative storyline or timeline stories and whatnot. They put a pin in it at the end, but here they want to continue it because they found such great success. However, the reason they found such great success in it is because it was the first Laird and Eastman story that we've gotten since the 80s, and so now going forward, for it to be continued, it's not going to be the same thing. So I don't foresee this series going well after this set of books. And that's just my opinion. It could totally do well. However, me personally, now that I know all 4 original turtles are gone and dead, I'm out. I don't dig that whole, replacement. Like, she's, making 4 new turtles. She's gonna name them, the 4 names. She's gonna teach them, and I'm not into that whole idea and stuff. It's just like I said, if they wanted to kill off the last original member, they should have just ended it there. However, they didn't. Like I said, in the epilogue, they had to go and kind of ruin the ending for me, because I was really feeling it. Mikey died and everything, and like I said, that was a great ending. I have to admit, I didn't see it coming, because I thought they for sure were gonna have him come out in the end, at least, a little fucked up, but alive. And so seeing that he didn't come out of that battle, yet he accomplished what was set forth for his family to do, was amazing to see. But I feel like it was very much undercut by the epilogue when she was growing 4 new turtles, and it was just like, all right, well, here comes the cash grab part of it. So I'm out after these books, but like I said, a solid 8.59, depending on if you cut out that epilogue. Like I said, I wish the Ronin would have got down in more action sequences, in more books than what he did. He did get down in, I think, 3 out of the 5, but I feel like he was very underutilized in about 2 of those books. He was just kind of sitting around doing nothing, and we were all just waiting around to see what was going to happen. We got just a little bit of backstory, but not too much. That really came in like book 4 and 5, so anyways, that's just my quick thoughts and rundown on The Last Ronin, because as you guys know, I am a TMNT fan. I'm sure a few of you guys that have watched this are TMNT fans, and I'm sure you that are TMNT fans are probably following the storyline and have probably already read it, because why wouldn't you have? I would have done it the same day it came out had I been here, but I wasn't. So I finally got to read it, and like I said, nail in the coffin, 8.59 out of 10. That's my final rating. So with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and move on into this week's toy haul. So while I was away, I did get some notifications that some stuff got delivered, and I did bring home 1 toy with me. I always got to find at least 1 toy while I'm on vacation. It's just something I kind of started kind of not trying to. My first trip out of town in a while, I went to Seattle and I found a bunch of toys. After that, I went to or actually before that, I had gone to Arizona to compete, and I found a few toys. Nothing too crazy, but I found 1 or 2, and that's what made me think when I was in Seattle, like, I should visit some other Targets and Walmarts while I'm out there. And of course, I found a bunch of stuff, and then I went to San Francisco, I found a bunch of stuff. I went to Hawaii multiple times, and I found some stuff. So I always have to bring something back when I go on vacation, and this time I did find the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Guy, and so we will definitely get into him. But why don't we go ahead and talk about a few of these other things first. So while I was out there, I did get a notification that my Funko Gold Slash was delivered from Walmart, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I've been out of the Funko game for a long time. I have not collected Funko Pops or anything Funko related for a very long time. I think the last Funko purchase I made was the giant Funko Mikey Pop, which I had actually originally bought to be, here on the podcast table. However, I've since, changed my mind, rearranged things, put different things. Honestly, guys, I don't have a set thing. I just put whatever I feel like putting each week at this point. So, yeah. Anyways, I have not been collecting Funko, like I said. And so, I don't even really know what this is. I'm not really going to do a review. I'm going to do a 1-minute short review on YouTube for it because, there's no articulation. It's essentially a statue. It's less articulation than an actual Funko Pop. At least a Funko Pop's head will swivel, but this one is completely non-articulated, so it's a little mini vinyl statue. But I personally am just a huge fan of Slash. I'm sure you can see behind me there's a guitar right there. I am a huge fan of Guns N' Roses and Slash. In fact, so much so that I did actually buy the Funko Pop, album box of Appetite for Destruction with Axl, Duff, and Slash. However, it was lost in transit. It got to Arizona and it just never arrived, and I never ordered it again, and it went up in price. Although it's back, and I I've kind of just been lollygagging on reordering it and stuff. You know, like I said, I just had a vacation and stuff, so I had to save up for that. And so it was kind of just like, it's a Funko Pop. I don't really care. I don't really need it. But this is pretty damn fucking cool. This Funko Pop Gold Slash right here. The detailing on it is not the best. However, the print on the tattoos is pretty spot on. They're actually like pretty perfect. And that's actually really cool about it. But yeah, super cool. You know, I missed out on all the cool McFarlane ones that they did back in the day, and now they're going for like hundreds of dollars. So now I try to pick up anything and everything Slash that I can. Like, I've picked up the 2 Loyal Subject Slashes that they've released, and those things are awesome, I have to admit. So yeah, super cool. Like I said, a little novelty, I guess. You know, a little vinyl statue, no articulation. I guess, can we really call it a figure? I'm calling it a figure because he's essentially this height and everything. But he's going to go ahead and chill over here with Batman. Maybe he'll become one of the permanent fixtures here on the podcast table, you know, because he looks pretty damn good right there. And I'm probably going to put him right here next to my amplifier. So he'll always be within arm's reach and ready to be put on the table. So anyways, guys, why don't we go ahead and move on into the other thing that I got notified was delivered while I was out on vacation. And that is the Black Series Mandalorian Death Watch figure. And this guy, oh man, am I glad I got multiples. And I am still looking for 4 more to fill out my collection. I will still buy 4 more if I find them in the wild, or even if Amazon restocks them, because these guys have to be the best Black Series figures in a long fucking time. All new molds, essentially. Great articulation, great weapon accessories. I mean, just amazing. As you can see, you can get them into some really great poses. And I don't know if you can tell, but I am a huge Mandalorian fan. And so having 4 of these is amazing, because I was actually hunting down, you know, the Black Series Super Commando and Loyalist Mandalorians when they were released. And I actually have, I believe, 8 of them in my collection, 6 or 8 of them. And so I would like to have the same amount with these guys. It's just an OCD thing with me, but yeah, I would really love to have 8 of these in my collection, because I always like to think, you know, long term to the future. You know, when I have more space to make more separate displays than what I have right now, and I feel like having 8 of these guys would look really good and help fill out a display really fucking well. So yeah, guys, that basically leads us to our final toy from this week's toy haul, and that is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Eye Guy. Now this guy, as you can see, is totally awesome, and the great thing about these monsters from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line is that they can totally be used in other displays and other toy photography as just aliens against, you know, say Black Series Mandalorians, against Rumble Society characters, Doc Knock, Atticus Doom. You know, this I feel like would be a great villain for Atticus Doom to go up against. You know, I really feel like I missed out on Atticus Doom now that I have this guy, because I feel like those 2 figures would go really well together. Let me go ahead and balance this guy. But here's the separate eye piece that comes with this eye guy, so super cool. And the effect piece right here does attach both to this eye and the one on the main monster as well. So yeah, all the reviews for these toys and figures will be up later this week, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, guys, that basically wraps up this week's toy haul. I don't really know if we're gonna have anything on the table next week, to be honest, because I don't have anything coming in. There's really nothing that I'm currently hunting for in the wild, maybe besides more you know, Death Watch guys. I am looking for Echo. I have not pre-ordered him from Amazon. I've been like, you know, if I find him in the wild, but I may end up caving and pre-ordering him from Amazon, so he may show up sometime soon. And you know, maybe he'll make it in time for next week's podcast. But other than that, I'm not really looking for anything currently in stores, or have anything planned coming in. So yeah, I expect a dry toy haul week next week, but like I said, you know, it's fine. It gives me some time to save up some cash, and you know, book my next flight to Maui. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Or am I? So anyways, yeah, guys, that basically wraps up this week's toy haul. But before we continue on into this week's toy news, guys, did you remember? it's Mother's Day. That's right. If you're watching this on the day it dropped, it is currently Mother's Day. So go ahead and wish your mother a happy Mother's Day. Call her if you haven't already before she thinks you forgot or realizes the truth. So remember, guys, thank your mothers for everything that they've done. I don't know about you guys, but my mom was the person that introduced me to all the great franchises like Batman, Star Wars, Spider-Man, all those great movies and stuff, and basically helped kickstart this addiction, but also fuel this addiction because she was also the one that really bought me all the toys, her and my grandma, when I was growing up. So remember to thank your mom, guys, and as always, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And with that being said, let's get into this week's toy news. But before that, thank you so much to this channel sponsor, VRare Store. Check them out for your Funko Pop, anime, and Pokemon card needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. $5 flat rate shipping on all Funko Pop orders. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk some of my favorite toy news, especially this week, because they have started processing orders for something I pre-ordered with them, and that is of course Mezco Toys. They have begun processing orders as of May 9th for the Batman v Superman 2-pack, and I am super excited for that. A lot of people were saying they were passing, a lot of people were not happy and content with that 2-pack. However, I am super excited. I am always super excited and happy when a new Mezco is set to arrive, and even more so when it's a fucking Batman. I mean, need I say more? So super excited about that. But that's really it when it comes to the Mezco news. So moving on to some NECA news, because they have begun their Monster Mayhem, I guess, halfway to Halloween point reveals, where they are showing off new monster-related products every day of the week during the month of May, starting off with the Invisible Man Ultimate. So another addition to their classic Universal horror monster line is coming soon, so look out for that as well. Next up, NECA also showed off and solicited pre-orders for the brand new Bride of Frankenstein crossover April O'Neil Tmnt figure. Now, this was a pre-order for a standard edition as well as a signature edition. Woo, we all know what that means, guys. Up the price, up the stress. And so once again, it just included a small, I guess they called it a poster, but it's got to fit within the size of the Ultimate box. I believe that's where they're going to put it in. And it's autographed by Judith Hogue once again. So I believe that it's probably sold out at this point. I believe the standard edition is actually an open pre-order, so I could be wrong, but they also said it will be hitting stores sometime later this year. Now, right before I came into film, NECA did do their recent reveal for today, Friday. Like I always say, I filmed this on Friday and it goes up on Sunday, but for Friday they did reveal a glow-in-the-dark Frankenstein. Is this an addition, or is this going to be a alternate head and arm option that comes with the accessory pack, because they did unveil that accessory pack, but now they're showing off a glow-in-the-dark Frankenstein's monster. So are we getting a third Frankenstein's monster, or are they just going to be including a glow-in-the-dark head sculpt in the accessory pack? We'll find out soon enough, I guess. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on into the next bit of news. There's honestly not too much news, guys. So before we get into that, thank you so much to this channel's other sponsor, Legend Footwear. Check them out over at legendfootwear.com, and of course use code JesseM_LNGD for 10% off your order. And check out Old School Lab supplements on Amazon, and of course use code JesseM12 for 12% off your order. So Star Wars had a fan first Wednesday this week for May the 4th, obviously. So they announced a whole lot of figures that I guess we're excited for. Not really. I don't know how to be sarcastic, guys. I'm sorry, but yeah, they showed off some figures, I guess, including the Cantina Band, both a deluxe and a standard version. I mean, I'm a big Star Wars fan, but I don't need a Cantina Band in my collection, let alone for the new prices that they're coming out. And so, yeah, that's an easy pass for me. And they did also announce another Walgreens exclusive Clone Trooper. because we all know how well the last one went, right? I mean, has anybody found it yet? I mean, I know some people are finding them here and there, but I haven't seen them at all. So, yeah, you know, another Walgreens exclusive clone trooper in the form of the 187th Battalion, which is technically Mace Windu's, and yeah, he's a Walgreens exclusive. So, coming out sometime next year or in 2025 at this point, you know, because the other one is barely trickling out. And yeah, so let's move on. Why don't we? So next up, they did also show off Ewok Village Leia, because we need another Princess Leia, and apparently we needed one that looks pissed off. You okay there, Leia? You a little mad about something? So yeah, yeah, so one last reveal was the New Republic security droid, and I didn't watch the live stream because I was working early. I had early morning clients and stuff. However, I did hear that it is a new mold, guys. Hasbro, they want you to know it is a new mold. You know, they did a new mold, guys. You know, they are really wanting you to know. They're really excited for that aspect, that it's a new mold. And it's a new mold for a figure that we really don't give a fuck about. Man, Hasbro, what is your fucking problem? Like, seriously, how are you so on point on your Marvel division and your Power Ranger division and your Fortnite division, but when it comes to your Star Wars division, you are just the fucking worst. Like, you could have given us a super battle droid, all new mold, we would have been happy. But I mean, yeah, these things are cool. Yeah, you can army build them. Yeah, you can really stick them in any fucking display that you want. But if you're going to be boasting about a new mold, why not just make it a character that we know and love, you know? But as always, Hasbro's gonna Hasbro, so what can we do? Later that night, Ian McGregor did go on Jimmy Kimmel Live to promote the new Kenobi series. By the way, are you excited for the new Kenobi series? I was a little on the edge until that recent trailer that was dropped. Now I am 100% in. Let me know down in the comments below. Are you in? Are you out? Let me know down in the comments below. So he did show off his new Black Series Kenobi figure. It is the Wandering Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi Deluxe Black Series. Of course, another deluxe, but at least it comes with a soft goods cloak, right? I mean, all Jedi should, but I'm just saying. That's none of my business anyways. Moving on, during their live stream, they did also show off two figures coming soon in the pipeline, and those two are the HK-87 and Luke Skywalker from Mando Season 2. So, I had no idea who the fuck HK-87 was until, until I watched the Foosh, and he basically explained it's the droid that guards the lady with the Beskar steel staff in the episode where we meet Ahsoka Tano for the first time in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. And so, yeah, apparently we're getting, once again, why are we getting these droids that we don't know and really care for when we have plenty of droids that they can give us that we would love to have in our collection? A super battle droid, Droidica, like, these are droids that we've grown up with and that we love and that we would love to have in our collection and use for toy photography, yet they choose to give us these new droids. Like I said, they look cool and they can fit into a lot of different places and all, but it's like, I want some 6 scale, you know, Droidicas and super battle droids to go up against my 6 scale clones and Mandalorians, you know. That's just me, but I'm sure that's a lot of collectors at this point, you know. And they're just boasting about making new molds for these figures, and it's just like, why are you like boasting about your mistakes? Like, that's really how we see them at this point, because you have so many great options and you're making some really bad decisions, Hasbro. So that's just me, and I'm never getting anything for free from Hasbro, apparently. So, yeah. But they are going to be giving us a new updated Luke Skywalker from Mando Season 2 when he comes to rescue Grogu and them from the Dark Troopers. So, yeah, that should be interesting. I don't know, have you guys seen the new, I think it's the SH Figure Arts Luke that's come out and it's recently been getting some in-hand looks? And, man, that has to be the best representation of Mark Hamill on plastic, and it is damn hard to get him down on plastic. So yeah, guys, with that being said, why don't we go ahead and move on into our almost final bit of news, our second to last bit of news. But first, thank you so much also to Raise Energy for also helping support this channel. Check them out at raiseenergy.com and use code THEBAT for 10% off your order. And thank you so much also to Man Sports Supplements. Check them out at mansportsupplements.com and use code THEBAT for 10% off your order. And if you want some great athletic fitness wear, check out physiqueapparel.com and of course use code THEBAT for 10% off your order. That's the final ad, guys, I promise. You know, all those ads just help pay for things that I can do for this channel and stuff. You know, I don't make any money off my YouTube channel yet. I'm not at 1,000 subscribers yet, and even once I do, I hear it's like pennies on the dollar, so I'm not expecting much. So any and all support on any of those things would really help out, guys. I also do Amazon affiliate. It's down below, linked always in the description. I don't talk about it much. I should, but like I said, anything and everything helps, so I really do appreciate it. Like I said, last ad, and so last bit of toy news as well. So starting off with Diamond Select news. So thank you so much to Diamond Select and their marketing manager Zach Oath for providing all the information and images for these upcoming statues, figures, and whatever else I talk about under the Diamond Select banner. So starting off with Chewbacca, he is the latest addition to the Diamond Select Star Wars line. So he is now up on shopdisney.com if you want to pick him up. They did also unveil and show off a 1/6 scale Return of the Jedi Endor Leia bust. They did also show off a retro Red 5 Jumbo 12-inch Luke Skywalker, both for Star Wars Day, so check them out. Look out for them hitting stores soon. So hitting stores now, you will see a Marvel animated style Gamora statue, as well as a Marvel animated Nightcrawler statue. Those are both hitting stores now, as well as a 1/7 scale resin Marvel Captain America bust. So this is based off the comic book Captain America. Moving on to the final one that they did reveal, and it is a 1/6 scale Death Trooper bust. Now I have to admit, this thing does look pretty damn good. I don't really collect too many busts. It has to look really fucking good, and this one's pretty tempting. So anyways, guys, moving on to the last bit of news for this week, and it comes from Super 7. Right before I came on to film, guys, Super 7 did announce a brand new glow-in-the-dark foot soldier. So that is up for pre-order now on their website. It does not seem like that will be going to any retailer or any other retail website. So if you want it, you're gonna have to order it directly from super7.com. So yeah, guys, with that being said, that wraps up this week's toy news. I don't know why I stopped doing that portion in my podcast, but apparently I did at some point. But I'm trying to remember to do it now. So yeah, that wraps up this week's episode, guys. Yeah, it felt great to take a week off, you know, to de-stress a bit, not have to worry about anything in terms of editing and getting a video up and whatnot. But it feels great to be back here talking with you guys, and you guys definitely help cheer me up and bring my spirits up after coming back from a great vacation that I definitely did not want to come back from. So thank you so much for joining me on this week's episode of Coffee and Toys. If you've made it this far, I forgot also that I used to do a secret word at the end of my videos, kind of just to help see who stayed till the end. Once again, like everything, like I said, I kind of stopped doing it, and I kind of want to start doing it again. So the secret word for this week, and I want you to type it in the comments if you stayed this long to hear the secret word, is coffee, guys. The first word is coffee. So type that down in the comments below. That way I know you stayed till the end of this video, and I really do appreciate it if you do. You guys, you in particular that stayed, you're the best. You're the best. So thank you so much, and as always, stay tuned for this week's Coffee and Toys live with Can't Kill Chewie, starting right now. Welcome back to the CoolFigurez page. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector, and welcome to episode 14 of Coffee and Toys Live, where I speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy collecting, toy photography, and so much more. This week, I would like to welcome and thank Can't Kill Chewie for coming onto the show, as well as happy May 4th, man.
Yeah, dude, you too. Thanks for having me on. It took like a month, but we're here, right?
Yeah, sorry. I like to schedule in advance, try to be professional about it, give people, you know, advance notice so they can, you know, have time and stuff. Make sure they have, you know, a clear calendar.
Right. It's all good, man. Glad we're here.
Well, I'm excited to talk to you, man, because I'm a big fan of your YouTube and your YouTube videos, man. I'll be honest, I absolutely love them. I love how you poke fun at Hasbro in like the most cheeky way. You throw in those movie scenes and everything. I think that's just the best.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's a lot of work, but yeah, I like it too. I think it's. I try to be brutally honest, but
Well, you definitely come across that way, but in the best way, man. Like you said, it's very entertaining and very comical. So, first and foremost, man, how's your week going?
week's all right, man. It's okay. Come back from Maui, right? That's way more exciting than anything I've done.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had to do something for my 25th birthday, right? I was like, I can't just be home.
Yeah, yeah, nice. No, my week's all right. Did you watch the reveals, the Hasbro reveals today?
No, no, I actually had some
Oh, you didn't
early
see it?
clients to train. No, I saw everything that came out, but I had some early work to do with clients and stuff. But yeah, I saw everything that came out. What are you excited about? What do you think?
What do I say? First, I mean, I guess I'm like underwhelmed, I guess, but I'm used to that being from these live streams. I'm like used to they've like desensitized me, where I just expected to be the underwhelmed. But I don't know, like TV. I guess it's for TVC. There's so much stuff missing. I guess like. For like Marvel Legends, like everything comes out so quickly and it's right on, like they get so many figures and like we're still waiting for Mandalorian figures. We're still waiting for Book of Boba Fett figures. Like, and then I mean, I guess what they give us is okay, but it's a lot of repaints. It's a lot of repacks, They make and they make the best figure that they released for the Black Series is a Walgreens exclusive. And it's like you can't even find the one that's out now. Have you found that one? Have you tried to? No.
I stopped by a few of them just randomly, just to check, but I haven't because I know how it goes with Walgreens and everything. So I'm like, if I find it, it's going to be random with them.
Right, yeah. It's going to be like in the clearance bin or something. But the best figure is a Walgreens exclusive, and it's also like an Army Builder figure too. Like, how are you going to make an Army Builder an exclusive? Like, those should be plentiful. So I don't know. Hey, I guess we'll talk more about it, but I'm not very excited about it. Yeah. And also, it's
well,
like
I mean,
20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones, and they celebrated it by releasing one Attack of the Clones figure. Like, they made the biggest deal about the Rogue One, like, 5-year anniversary, and like we all had that marked on our calendars, right? But now it's the 20th anniversary for Attack of the Clones. We got nothing so far. We got the Anakin. That's it for TBC. I don't know. Hot Toys dropped a bunch of stuff. Did you see Hot Toys? They have a whole line of Attack of the Clones figures coming out.
Yeah, I saw that. That made me more excited than the Black Series stuff. And I don't even collect Hot Toys.
Right, I don't even collect Hot Toys. I was like, yo, look at this. This is cool. The battle droid up and stuff looks cool. Anyway.
Exactly. I'm a big fan of Phase 1 Clone Troopers too, so that new Phase 1 from Hot Toys looks amazing.
Yes, that was, and they have the pilot too. Well, that was actually cool. The TVC Clone Trooper, what is it, a four pack, whatever, with the lieutenant in there. That's cool. But of course, what is that? That's the Hasbro Pulse exclusive. The like the Stormtrooper one, like because that was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive too. That for TVC, that's going for like $75 on eBay right now because it wasn't exclusive. Like, please. Like, help us out. Make it a little bit more easy finding the stuff. I don't know.
Exactly. But also, like, I would wish they would bring that kind of stuff to, like, a Black Series, but I feel like they would price gouge us if they did.
Yeah, it'd be pretty expensive. I mean, they did that once with the Royal, like, the Senate Guard guys. You remember that? There was, like, a 4-pack where, like, the Senate Guard, the Emperor's Royal Guard guy, like those kind of guys. And that was actually pretty cool, but it wasn't exclusive and it didn't really sell either. But I thought it was cool. Like, I think that like a multi-pack, like what you're talking about, like a set could be a really cool, like Hasbro Pulse exclusive or like a con exclusive or something like that. Like, what I was thinking, I forget. I had like a couple of good ones, but I think that's a really good idea, like a Black Series multi-pack with additional accessories and stuff inside. I think that if you made it for something, not like, if you made it something that like people actually want, like I think collectors would splurge for that. They just would obviously make it overpriced, which what you said, like they would, it'd be crazy. It'd probably be like $400 or something. But yeah, that would be a great idea.
I mean, they also tried it with that 4-pack from the Clone Troopers for Entertainment Earth.
Oh, right, those ones too. I forgot about that. But you know what? I think that the like the line was still too new for that stuff. I think that there's way more people collecting it now that those things would actually sell better. Like if a Clone Trooper 4-packs that of those 4, say they weren't released yet, that something like that would go through the roof now. I remember when they released that for Entertainment Earth, it got down to like $32 on sale.
Really?
Yeah, 350. Yeah, they couldn't barely give them away. But now it's super expensive. So yeah, I think if they tried to do something now like that, I think it would definitely sell better.
No, yeah, definitely. I wish I was collecting back then because I definitely would have jumped on that pack for $32.
Yeah, I wish I did. I'm like, I'm not buying that. I didn't even. I was like, that's still too much. I don't want that. But yeah, I wish I jumped on it now. Who knew then it would be so expensive now? Because there was a few other 4-packs too that were similar. There's a Stormtrooper one and stuff. Those are skyrocketed price, but that specific one, I should have foreseen Clone Trooper. Anything Clone Trooper, definitely going to get expensive. But I didn't. Yeah, I slept on it. They had multiple sales of $50 and under, and each time,
wow.
Yeah, they couldn't give them away. It's crazy.
Yeah, and like you said, now they're going for hundreds of dollars on the third-party market.
Yeah, it dropped a little bit because they like released the 501st guy and like the 212. But yeah, it was really expensive for a while. I think it was even over like $400 for a while.
Yeah, I remember seeing it for a lot, and I was just like, oh, I can't even touch that right now. I'm just like, I'm good.
Nope, not even going to try.
Exactly, but like you said, they probably do better nowadays. Like you said, the line's been doing a lot better, but knowing Hasbro, they'd probably re-release the old Clone Trooper body and everything.
Dude, right? They'd do something stupid. It would be something stupid. They'd probably throw a gin in there just for giggles or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they'd probably do. Anyway, yeah. They'd screw it up somehow.
Yeah, just like that new, what was it, Boba Fett from Droids? Like, they used the old body instead of the new one that they gave us, 2 years ago, and it was like the perfect Boba Fett body.
Wait, which one was that?
The Droids, the new, Boba Fett Droids, the Target exclusive. Yeah, it's like the old body when they had the new one.
Right, yep. Some of the decisions, I mean, today on the live stream, they were like all excited that what was it? The Republic Trooper? No, the New Republic security guard droid. They were like, "Oh yeah, we built this brand new from the ground up." They were so excited that it was like an all new mold that they said like 8 times. We're like, they used to all be old new molds. Like all those, there used to be waves of like 4 or 5 figures, all of them new molds. Now we get like 2 a year. It's crazy. And they're all excited that they give us one. Like we should be thankful that we get an all new mold. But instead they release all these figures that are like Frankensteins that are just arms and legs and body from this guy, and they all put them together. I don't know. Like Black or Stanton, something like that. Come on. That's a joke. I still pre-order. It's a joke.
Yeah, I've had to be picky and choosy with Hasbro now. I'm just like, I can't just be picking up everything, especially with their price hikes and everything. It seems like they're not giving us what they could be. Like you said, they're very lazy repaints. Like, that's obviously Chewbacca. They didn't even scale him up or anything. It was just like, okay, well, we have Chewbacca. Let's just paint him black for Santa's color. Exactly.
Even when we were watching the show, and I think you even mentioned it, I forget where I mentioned it, but I was just like, if they just paint a Chewbacca black, I'm going to I'm gonna throw a riot. Because it's like so obviously not the body type. And some fans put together some custom ones that look great. Somebody used the Wampa, the Black Series Wampa. Did you see that one? Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah, I did.
But they definitely dropped the ball on that
Hold
one,
on,
and
man. You're
it's like
cutting out a bit.
$28. Oh, am I? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Oh
you're
wait.
good now. It's all good.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. That's just obviously a letdown. Hopefully they do a different one because that one's supposed to be specifically comic. Maybe they'll do a Book of Boba Fett one that's better. I don't know. You know what I mean?
We'll probably get it in like 5 years, right?
We're gonna we'll have the pre-orders next year, and it will come out in 2032. Probably. You know, it's crazy how long they make.
No, yeah, definitely. You know, they're kind of low-key turning into like Mezco, but I mean, at least with Mezco, you know, you're waiting for quality and good stuff, soft goods, and all this extra accessories and stuff. With Black Series, it's like they're barely giving you any accessories that should come with the figure.
Yeah, we get minimal. I mean, if TBC is even worse, but yeah, the Black Series, there's just so much. There's a lot to be desired, I think, is the best way to put it. And I don't think that the people who are involved over there are really know what we want, or either they don't know what we want or they don't give a shit. It's really one or the other, you know? So I don't know. I always get amped up for the reveals, and then I'm always kind of let them.
Well, I think, you know, when we start speaking with our wallet and not buying every figure that comes out, I think they'll get the message. But I think some of us are just so in that collecting headspace that we're just like, well, we can't pass on this figure because the line's going to keep going. And if we miss on this one, we're not going to have a complete line and all this other stuff.
You just that's my mentality right there. You described it to 100%. Exactly what I think. And so you don't want to miss a figure. You're like, I want all the figures. And because I've done it for so long, it's just like second nature for me to want to buy every single figure. That it's really hard for me to be like, no, I don't want that. Although I bought I went to the dark times during like all the Disney figures. I bought all those. I bought all the Jins and Cassians, and you know, like I was driving around trying to find them all still. So I don't know. It's really hard to do that. And unfortunately, I think there's just so many more collectors than there were like a few years ago. Like it's really popular now. And I think because they are releasing a lot of figures that they didn't release while they did all the Disney figures. Like a lot of the waves are a lot better now. But action figure collecting as a whole is just getting much more popular. Like over the last every year, I think it's more popular. You know, there's like
No, yeah, I definitely agree with that.
yeah, it's crazy. Like there's so many lines now to collect. Like I know we both collect more than just Star Wars stuff, and it's hard to when line comes out. It's hard to not be excited and want to collect them all because some of the figures are so awesome. But you have to be like, I can't. Can I start another line now? I collect like 8 different action figure lines. Like, can I really afford this? Can I afford it? But you know, you collect as many as you can, I guess. You try to limit yourself. But as soon as I don't know. As soon as you end up buying more than you could even imagine that you'd ever have. You know, like
I definitely can agree.
You got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I have more stuff now than I did as a kid, and I had a lot of stuff as a kid.
Right? Yeah, exactly, man. So what other lines do you collect? I think I saw you with some Mezco stuff, actually, right? You got the
yeah.
Yeah,
I actually fell hard for Mezco. What was it, last year? You know, I was always against soft goods. I don't know, it never looked good on like Migos and all that stuff. And all of a sudden on my feed, I see these toys that look really good in soft goods, and I'm like, what is this? And then I see a Batman, and Batman's my favorite. And so I was like, okay, let me see what this is all about. And that was the mistake right there. You know, next thing you know, in that year, I collected something like 24 Mezcos.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I love their quality, the look, the accessories you get. You get just so much for your money and whatnot, especially compared to other figures nowadays that are just rising in prices and stuff. I mean, I still collect other lines. You know, I still nowadays I'm very much more selective when it comes to Black Series and stuff. But I do collect it here and there. Mainly Clone Troopers. That's what really got me back into collecting too. Was seeing that they were coming out with 6-inch clone trooper figures. You know, I was really into clones when I was younger. That's all my Star Wars figures, like Jedis and mainly clones. So I was like, okay, I want that. And then, like I said, I'm a big Batman fan, so I collect the McFarlane stuff. I'm also a big Back to the Future fan, so NECA has me there. Just all sorts of great lines. You know, like you said, just so many. And then there's Ninja Turtles. Don't even get me started on that. There's Super 7. There's NECA. There's Playmates. Hasbro did a few of them. You know, with the Power Rangers. It's just like so many lines.
Yeah, and it's never stopping. Do you do like any of the Masters of the Universe stuff?
No, I didn't grow up with that. I didn't really watch that show and stuff, so I have like no real connection or knowledge of it.
Right. You just started. What about? Do you do any of the horror stuff?
I love horror and I love horror movies, but I try to stay away from it only because it's another rabbit hole and more money. But I have started collecting the classic Universal monsters and like the Universal and Ninja Turtle collection.
Oh yeah. So the April O'Neil it's on pre-order now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I found Raph in the store.
Mm-hmm.
Target. I didn't find the Leo one yet. But
I'm sure he'll pop up soon.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're going to be at Targets too. I don't know. I mean, some of those. I don't. Maybe I'll just pre-order. I don't know. I have so many listed pre-orders like at these places. Like I don't even remember what I have pre-ordered. Like I have to go look, and I end up with multiples of things because they'll just show up at my door. I pre-ordered things at multiple stores. It's like it's insane. This is a really complicated hobby.
No, yeah, I totally understand that. Like while I was away on vacation, I was just getting text after text, like, "Oh, your package is picked up. Oh, your package is delivered." And I'm just like, "What the fuck is being delivered? What did I buy? Like, I don't know what's being delivered at this point."
It's so much fun. You get like a pile of stuff.
Yeah. And then you open it up and you're like, "Yeah, that's a double. Yeah, that's a double."
Like, yeah, I already got these.
Exactly. I'm the same way, man.
Yep. It's a problem. It really is a problem.
Yeah. So what exactly got you in this whole, what we're calling problem collecting now? Like what kickstarted your love for this?
I was a kid in the 80s, so it was like the action figure mecca. Like
toy commercial after toy commercial.
Yeah, right. They were pushing them on us big time. So yeah, I was really young when the Power of the Force Star Wars stuff was coming out. They only released them till '85. I was really, really, really young then, but my dad was also a Star Wars fan, so he bought a bunch of that Star Wars stuff. So I have that stuff, and I had Masters of the Universe, and I had G.I. Joe, and I had Ninja Turtles, real Ghostbusters. Like that was my jam back when I was a kid. So I've always been, had action figures. I still have a bunch of that stuff in the basement. But then I took a major hiatus in the 90s. Like I didn't collect anything really. The Star Wars stuff, that's the Power Force 2 stuff, in the green and red cards that they made all the characters buff. I was like, nah, buff like you, man. They're making a bunch of they made all like Darth Vader's got like ripping arms and like why? I don't know why they did that. But so I didn't really
collect that. It was the muscle craze, there's Schwarzenegger, Stallone and all that stuff.
Oh, I didn't think about it that way because we just got out of the 80s, which is the major action figure. They had like Rambo figures, which I remember actually I had one of them. Those were cool. And so yeah, everybody was big. You can hear?
You good? I can see you. I'm good.
Can you hear me?
You good?
Okay.
I can hear you.
All right, good. So, so I took a huge hike, but then like in the 2000s, I started back up again later in the 2000s, but huge hiatus, big giant hiatus, where I guess when you're younger and you want to act older, you don't want action figures around, I guess, But, I got back into it, and now it's like a major hobby. So I started Black Series is actually what got me back into it in a major way. Yeah, so it was that really got me when I to start collecting like on the regular, like not just here and there, like everything. You know what I mean? Like I need everything I need now, you know? You know what I mean?
No, yeah. No, yeah, like I said, that's exactly what got me back into collecting too. I took a big hiatus at the same time, or not at the same time as you, because I'm a little younger, but around the same age bracket, probably around middle school, high school, when you, like you said, you want to be older, but you're really not, so you don't have the toys around and whatnot. So I took that hiatus too and stuff. But as I got through college and stuff, you know, it slowly started kicking in. Like I said, I saw this here, saw that there. I'll put this on my shelf. Spider-Man's cool art. I'll put him on the shelf. And then it's like, oh, shit.
There's all this stuff. I just actually had to, I went through all the stuff. I had it like stacked everywhere. I felt, I listen to this, Hasbro. I told you it was going to happen, Hasbro. I went through all my stuff and I sold a bunch of it, Hasbro. I told you we were going to lose us. You lose the big collectors. I close all the figures. I told you it was going to happen. And now I've completely scaled down like a bunch of stuff. I had like sold on my multiples and I don't know. I had and a bunch of other stuff too, but I just had way too much stuff. And Hasbro's just lack of like caring in the line. I don't know. It's taken away some of the fun.
It turns you off from the line.
Yeah, it used to be fun. It used to be fun to try and find the figures. You know, like all the figures were something that you wanted, and like now it's, I don't know. I think, you know, that's something that was going on with the Hasbro for a while, and then that whole like Rancor thing happened. And I think that a bunch of people, I think that was the last straw for a lot of people, with just their blatant disregard for not only the collectors, but how much collectors actually fork over to them on a yearly basis. You know, they're like just outside the Fortune 500. They might have just cracked the Fortune 500. So it's not like they're hurting for paper. So,
well, they sure act like it.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I think it kind of just, at some point, you just kind of look at it geopolitically and you're like, I can't believe how much money I've spent on all of this stuff. And I just kind of, one day it was recently, like a few weeks ago, I just was like, I got to go through all of this stuff. So unless they do something awesome, I don't know, I'll still buy every single figure. Like that's not going to change. But like, a lot of extras, I guess. I had a lot of extras. I had a lot of stuff that, you know, I didn't really need or want. I kind of went through it all, and I sold a ton of it. So I told Hasbro that was going to happen. They're going to lose like the collectors that they bank on to buy every single figure. If they didn't shape up, they were going to start losing them, and that's pretty much just what happened to me. I was just like, this is the last straw. But I still love the line. I still collect. I'm still going to collect all the figures until further notice. I mean, basically.
It's a love-hate relationship, right?
Back and forth. But, you know, I collect TVC too, and the TVC... Do you collect the TVC?
No, I don't. I have like 3 of them, but other than that, no.
The TVC, it looks so far, I mean, the last couple of deals are doing much... I mean, the figures themselves look better, and the selection's slightly better, I think, recently. So... I don't know. I think that, I don't know what the TVC team, the Black Series team needs to take some notes from the TVC team, because I don't know, they're getting lapped by the TVC team.
I think the Black Series team just needs to get fired, in my opinion.
Black Series team. When I was watching,
instead they promote them.
Right. I think this was the first. Was it the first one? I think it might have been the first live stream without Patrick. And you know what? I missed him, because at least he brought some like energy and like some enthusiasm about it. Like the remaining cast here, the remaining ensemble of people, like they did not bring the excitement. They were not excited about what they were showing us. And like at least Patrick's his was manufactured, but at least he had some like like a little exuberance about what he was showing us. The people,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they're camera people. That's probably why. I don't have nothing against the actual people. I just don't think they're comfortable in front of the camera as much. And I don't know. They were just. It was very lackluster and unexciting. I think they would have done better if they like get somebody who's like a regular like TV person to help them reveal these things, because it was uneventful, and it was slower, and everyone was very like meh about it. So I don't know. I kind of miss Pat in that way. I don't I don't know. But yeah, so
what I'm
I don't
hearing
know.
is I didn't miss much.
You didn't. You didn't. You could probably fast forward through it and get it done in like 15 minutes. There really wasn't much to it.
Or just get my news from you, right? You post it all.
Yeah, or you can just get the news from me. That's fine.
So we've talked about a few of the lines that you've collected: Black Series, He-Man, and you've asked me a few of the lines I've collected. Well, are there other lines, obviously, that you've collected that you want to talk about?
What else? Let me think. So we mentioned McFarlane. We did Star Wars TVC. We did Star Wars Black Series. I do some McFarlane. I don't do a bunch of it. I kind of do the Batman. I don't. I have to limit it. You know what I mean? Like I can't get all of them. Like there's another line that does tons of figures. The GI Joes I kind of do now. I just can't. I don't know. I can't not do it. You see it and you're like, oh my god, that's awesome. Because that was on TV. But I do the horror stuff. I do the NECA horror. I do most of what the NECA Turtles. I have some Super 7 Turtles. I have some of the Super 7 reaction figures too, because of the card and artwork is kind of cool for some of the things. So I have some that stuff. What else do I have? Oh, I have some Masters of the Universe Origins figures. I think that's all that I look for. I don't know. I have some of the Revelation figures too, I guess. I think that's basically it. I have a couple of the more expensive stuff, but I don't get too deep into that. I know how dangerous of a wormhole that is, as you just described with your 24 figures in a year. So I try to stay on that a little bit, just so I don't get too, I spend so much money already on action figures. Like if I got it, like, I couldn't do it. So yeah, although I do love the Mezco, and I have, I got Ash from Evil Dead. I got the Evil Dead Ash. And then, but I don't do too much of the higher end stuff. Although I have thought about like switching over to more higher end stuff and getting less of like the $20 figures. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm more of like a see it, I'm going to buy it type of person than like planning ahead. So that's why the $20 to $30 figures work better for me. But yeah, back to sure I get
just that range.
Yeah. So I did Back to the Future stuff. What else do they have? They have like a lot of the stuff that NECA puts out. I definitely collect. I do the Turtles too. I do a bunch of Turtle. I got a bunch of the Turtle stuff. So yeah, I mean, just those lines all together, it's so expensive. Like that's the biggest problem. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. I collect pretty much just about all of those, just minus the He-Man probably.
Yeah. Oh, did you get some of the GI Joes?
I've only gotten the Cobra Troopers because I needed some army builders to fight up against Batman and stuff.
Oh, I like that. That's cool. Yeah, so the GI Joes, been good, thank God. They haven't like saturated the market with so many of them. Do you do? The one glaring one that I don't do is Marvel Legends. Do you do Marvel Legends? No, I don't either.
That's one. Yeah.
Yeah, two of us in the same room. I don't. kind
What are
of.
the odds in the toy community? That's
Right.
like a rarity right there.
Right? We do so many lines and no Marvel Legends. I just never got into it. And there's too many figures now for me to start. Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
for like years have they been releasing those? Like, I can't even imagine how many there are.
Yeah, I actually know
So yeah,
somebody that like he strictly collects Marvel Legends, and he has like 3 or 4 D-tops full, plus stuff on top and stuff still in boxes that he doesn't have room for. That's he's still getting in.
yeah, no, that's I can't even imagine. That's just too much for me. Maybe Star Wars isn't that crazy. But you saw the new windowless packaging. What do you think about that?
Me personally, I'm an open box collector, so it doesn't bug me at all. Although I do find it kind of funny how some people are getting a little butthurt about it because, they are closed box collectors. And it's like, I don't know, for me, I understand the point of it, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, they're kind of toys. They're meant to be played with. So maybe this will force them to actually open it up, and maybe they'll see, like, man, these are fun. Maybe I want to open my other ones.
I did, yeah. I just the only thing that really I want to see the Star Wars one and what they come up with it. What they come up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's those like the comic ones that like kind of open up, like that kind of be cool, I guess. But I saw there was a funny meme about with like how the like the what do they call the swappers, the figures.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like they're all just like, oh, they're very
Oh,
excited.
I saw that one.
They're all very excited for this windowless packaging now. Not that it deterred them before, because you could see the crazy figures they would put in there anyway. But I think that's probably going to be a serious problem. But whatever. I don't. It doesn't make a big difference to me.
Do you think that may be why Target may not be carrying Marvel Legends anymore? Maybe Hasbro thought about that and said, maybe we won't put these out on a storefront for that potential to happen, and we'd rather just make them available online.
Wow, they're not putting the Marvel Legends out.
You haven't heard that rumor?
Well, now that I think about it, the last couple of times I've been to Target, there's been no Marvel Legends there. But no, I didn't hear any rumor about it.
Apparently, they're not finding the SKU at Target anymore, and so they're predicting that Marvel Legends will no longer be carried, at least at Target. Walmart still has them, but so far Target hasn't had the SKU for them.
Wow. So that kind of that makes sense what I've seen now, because all the Marvel Legends last few times I've been to Target have been in the clearance aisle. And there were no packs of Marvel Legends. But I did, so maybe because of theft, I don't know. Target did have the new, they're not the Marvel, what do they call their like economy $10 6-inch figures? They're for Marvel, the Hasbro ones, the cheap ones, they're $10. They're six.
Which ones?
So Hasbro makes Marvel Legends for 6-inch. Then they make cheapo $10 ones for Marvel and for G.I. Joe too. They have like the economy picture, the economy ones that are cheap for like kids or whatever. But for the Marvel ones, they got new packaging too, the new windowless packaging too. And those have been at Target, just not the Marvel. So I don't know if it's because they're scared of theft, or if I don't know, maybe they had a disagreement with Hasbro. I have no idea, But no, I didn't hear that rumor. But now that you say that, I've noticed it. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
No, yeah, because I don't know if you know who Scott Guru of Spectre Creative is, but he has 25 plus years in the business, and he says that usually around this time of the year, they're deciding what figures they're going to carry for the rest of the year and what figures they're going to drop. And that's why, there's a potential that Target just may not be carrying Marvel Legends this year because the SKU can't be found anymore.
Wow. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a crazy decision, because how many of those lines have end up the complete wave has end up in the clearance aisle, like Eternals that newer X-Men wave, like these whole waves. Jeez, the six rings. What's that guy's name? Yeah,
Shang-Chi.
yeah. All those waves ended up almost all like the whole wave that was in the clearance aisle, including the exclusive for Target. So I don't know. Maybe they're just like, we can't lose any more money on these Marvel Legends waves that nobody's buying.
No, I can totally see that because, it's not really Hasbro losing the money because Target gives them the money for the product up front, and then it's up to Target to sell that product.
Right. So Target's probably taking the hit. So I don't know. But I always did think it was weird how many, like, Marvel Legends, the Marvel, around me at least, Marvel Legends always stacked. Star Wars always says nothing.
You got Landos. You got Landos for days.
You got Lonely Lando. That's it. So, yeah, I kind of feel like two things about it. Like, one, yes, people aren't buying it, but two, I think they just get so many more waves of the Marvel Legends delivered than of Black Series. Black Series we get like one at a time, and then it's gone by the end of the day.
Not even. Maybe like the first 2 hours of opening.
Right, and then, they get, like, multiple of the Marvel Legends. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know much about the Marvel Legends. I wish I knew more, but I don't collect.
Yeah, exactly. I don't collect it. I just started seeing a bunch of rumors and stuff. And like I said, I follow Scott Guru, and he did a YouTube video on it. And like I said, he has 25+ years of experience working the toy industry and stuff. So he kind of knows the behind the scenes of how that kind of goes on and stuff. So, hearing it from him, it's kind of just like, well, it seems more plausible than hearing it from just random people on Instagram. But then I'm hearing it also from random people on Instagram. And it's just like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Right. What's that guy's name? I don't think I've heard of him.
Scott Guru. His channel is called Spectre Creative. I've actually had him on the channel before, on the show and stuff. And he's a really great guy. He, like I said, 25+ years. He worked for Mattel, Spin Master, Jada, and stuff like that.
I think I know who that is. Yeah. I've heard him talk about stuff before. What did he say? Oh, I think it might have been the Rancor HasLab that I heard him talking about. Yeah, I know who that is. I'm not good with names.
It's all good, man. So out of all those lines you collect, I mean, obviously it seems like you have a love for Star Wars more than all of them, but are there any other lines that you collect out of the ones you do that you kind of tend to lean more towards than others?
Yes, it's the Star Wars and it's the horror stuff. Those are my wheelhouses, particularly. Horror movies. I've always been into horror movies. Well, I haven't always been into horror movies. When I was young, when I was a kid, they scared the crap out of me. But now I'm into horror movies. So I was into horror movies way before I collected the horror figures. So horror movies are my favorite type of movies. I watch mostly horror movies. And Star Wars, obviously, since I was a kid. Always been a Star Wars fan. So yeah, those Star Wars. I collected Star Wars primarily first, and then branched out into all these other things. As always happens when you start something new, and you see how cool everything else is. You're like, I have to collect these other things as well. So yeah, horror stuff, Star Wars. Those are my favorite of what I collect. And then Ninja Turtles, NECA Ninja Turtles. Like, I don't know. I like see that stuff, and I like have to own it.
No, yeah, I totally get that. Are you talking about the cartoon or the movies?
Both, but mostly the cartoon for sure. That was a major part of my youth. But I like the movie stuff too.
Did you pre-order the new Secret of the Ooze stuff?
I did. Yes, I did. Very excited for that. Very excited.
Well, you'll get it next year.
Yeah. Yep, I'll get it next year. Very excited. Can't wait for that to randomly show. Hopefully I still live in the same place.
Hopefully I don't forget to change my address.
But yeah, that's mostly what I collect. It's a very fun and exciting hobby, I think.
It is,
They-
especially with the great stuff that they're giving us today. As much as we love to complain about it, you have to admit that this is the time to be a toy collector, looking back at all the toys from the past.
oh yeah, they're the best they've ever been, but I'll still bitch about them. Like they're definitely the best. The Black Series is the best it's ever been, but still, you know, it could be better. It could be so much better if somebody over there cared, you know?
hmm Well, I think that's a perfect segue to my next question, and that is, how did you get into YouTube? Because you are amazing at critiquing Hasbro, their Black Series, and their vintage collection in your videos.
How did so I collected action figures for a long, or Star Wars action figures for a long time, and then I made my Instagram page just because my girlfriend at the time was like, you know so much about this, I'm sure other people would like to, you could help them like find and, you know, about all the things that you know about Star Wars action figures. I was like, yeah, okay, that's a pretty good idea. And then what actually drove me to make my first video was the first edition Mando Black Series, you know, the one in the white box, and how cluster off that entire situation was, that I made a YouTube video about. So I had been thinking about doing Star Wars related YouTube videos. I didn't really watch any on YouTube before, but I was thinking about doing it. And then finally, when I couldn't get my hands on that Mando and how it was like the worst, most unorganized Triple Force Friday ever, I had to like get my words out, and I made a video about it. It's the first video I made. It's not a very good video, but it's my first video. And then from there, I just made another one, and I just made another one, and I wanted to be my thoughts on things, and it just kind of blossomed into what it is now. I wish I had more time to do it. I don't have as much time as I used to have, but I want to try to put more time in it. I haven't posted a video in over a month. I wish I could do more. I wish I could do like 4 or 5 in a month, or I can just even do, you know, shorter videos. I'd like to try to do some interviews and stuff like that, but I wish I had more time. But yeah, that's kind of what drove me to do it. And I just kept doing it because it wasn't, you know, when you first start doing something, it doesn't bear fruit eventually, you know, quickly. But I just kept doing videos until, you know, somebody started paying attention, I guess. Yeah, and that's it. I don't know. I just try to put in what I think is funny, or what I think is stupid about the figures and about Hasbro's decisions, and which isn't very hard, by the way, you know, because they generally make terrible decisions. But yeah, so, and it became what it is now. So I don't know. I'm glad that it reached enough people. I wish I had more time to do it, though. I wish I could. And a lot of the people have been with me and commenting for a long time, and I wish that I had a better opportunity, or I wish I had I could communicate with them better. And that's why I'd really like to start doing like some live streams, so I could actually kind of meet some of the people, because you know, I get the same commenters over and over and over. But I can't. That's the only way I can really convert them. But yeah, I wish I could do more of it. I wish I could like you do podcasts on Sundays, right? And you drink coffee about toys on Wednesdays, right? So
Yep.
Time to schedule something like that, like in the week, like a couple times in the week, but I just don't. I just don't have the time. But you're on the West Coast, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, you're on the West Coast. Because it's almost 8 o'clock here, so I can't drink any coffee because I'll never get to sleep. But you could at like 4 o'clock, right? So 4 or 5 o'clock I could have. But
yeah, thankfully caffeine doesn't affect me too harshly and stuff, and I can actually pass out after drinking a cup of coffee. So
sometimes it's like my heart's I can't fall asleep if I have a cup of coffee too late. Although I do have like sleeping pills, I just take extra. But that's what I have to do. But I don't know, I try not to drink as much coffee anymore.
No, yeah, that's good. I mean, once you're on it, you're kind of on it, so it's kind of hard not to, but that's good that you try not to.
I try not to, but I have to have one in the morning. That's not an option. You know, like I have to.
No,
But
yeah, trust me, I know.
yeah, but yeah, I try not. I try not to drink as much anymore. I've noticed you've like finished off a pot while you've been speaking, right?
Let's not talk about that. No, it's not a full pot. It's not a
Uh,
full pot. It's like a half pot at least.
uh,
I did drink a half pot this morning while I was working and stuff, so I guess you can say it's a full pot throughout the day.
okay, one pot per day. That's not bad.
It's not bad, right? I
No,
mean, like I said, it's spread out.
that's not too bad.
Yeah, so what do you enjoy more, man? Making YouTube videos or sharing toy news with everybody?
Um, wow, that's tough to say. But they're kind of both like self-gratifying in the same way, in different ways. Um, I'll say this: it's I guess it's easier to do the toy news and see when things are on sale and post that. That's easier to do than to make the videos. Although,
Hmm.
um, you know, because you get the same, you get self gratification by helping other people out because you get a lot of thank yous like, oh my god, thank you for letting me know this is on sale or that this is back in stock, stuff like that. But then on the other hand, the videos, they entertain people and people are like, these are hilarious. I like your videos and stuff like that. And that's gratifying that way. I wish that I could maybe just concentrate on just doing the videos, but I'm kind of just addicted to Instagram now. It's like posting. I see something, I'm like, I gotta post this car up. Like I gotta pull the car over sometimes, and I see it. I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh my god, news! And like I have to pull over. But so I don't know. I you know, it's tough to distinguish between the two. Which one, you know?
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, you could always try doing like shorter videos with like news and reveals and stuff, just your quick thoughts on stuff and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how it started out was like shorter videos, and I guess those are the problem. Is it takes me longer. Like if say for the reveals today, I did a video. Like that. It takes me longer than most other people because I kind of have like the picture thing and like where they're mostly on camera and they can just kind of talk about it and just film themselves doing it, where I have to do a lot more editing. So
Hmm.
it takes me a lot longer to do it than say someone who would just talk about it. Although, but those videos can be shorter. I can probably bang those out in like a day or two. But still, like if I don't start it right after the reveals, I'm not. I won't even do it because it takes me too long. Like I won't be able to post it till like 2 days from now, and like everybody knows everything already. Although,
No,
you
but
know,
I think they'd be interested in your critiques and what you have to say about each new figure.
I guess that's true. I guess that's true. So yeah, but that's the if I could do it quicker, then I would do more about the reveals and stuff. But I don't know. I gotta regroup, think of a new plan. I don't know. I gotta think of something because I have to pump out more videos. I just can't find the time to do it.
No, yeah, they're definitely time consuming. You can definitely tell, yours definitely takes some more time because, like you said, you have those pictures and stuff. You're not just speaking on camera, you're not having a figure in front of you. You're just talking about things and stuff like that. So I can definitely understand that, especially being a YouTuber myself and how long it takes me. I can only imagine how long it would take you to not only edit your dialogue, but then also find all the images, find the right images, plus the right movie clips that you always throw in at the right times.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. It's all time consuming. I don't know. I might be moving on from the movie clips. I'm thinking about. I don't know. I don't know. I might. I don't know. I'm like I've used so many. Like the folder I have of movie clips, of movie quotes and clips that It's there's so many in there. Like it's tough to think of like new ones that I haven't used yet. So it's very difficult. So I don't know. I might be moving on from the movie clips. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I don't think people would mind you reusing movie clips if, the situation calls for them.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's true. But I do try to refresh. I don't use the same ones over and over and over. Although sometimes it's impossible not to. But yeah, I don't know. I think they're funny. I've definitely got some complaints about them. I've definitely had people say, I've definitely had people tell me that they're stupid and that they're like,
Let me just tell you why. It's because they wish they would have thought of it and they didn't.
yeah. Right. Yeah. So yeah, some people think it's stupid, but I'm really into movies, so and I've always, some of us really,
I mean, that's
quotes,
that's what all of this comes from, right? Essentially, all of our collections, they come from movie franchises, TV shows that we loved growing up and stuff. So it all stems from film, essentially.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. So, but yeah. So I mean, I've been in regular conversation. Sometimes I use quotes. So I think I do a lot more when I'm younger, but some of us speak in movie quotes for real. Like when something that reminds me of a movie quote, I say it out loud. I think a lot of people do that. It actually, for some of the videos, like I have to not use video quotes when I'm like, I so want to put this in there, and I'm like, I can't. Like I'm using too many. I gotta keep it out. But sometimes it's difficult to do because they're like right on that, like they're on the top of my head. Like it fits in so nicely right here, and I'm like, I can't put it in there. I got to keep this moving, because if I did that for one, like the old videos that I used to do, like had one like every sentence or two, because it's so prevalent of like that's what I thought off the top of my head when I said those words. So I kind of have to cut back a lot on the movie quotes anyway, and just because I don't have videos to just be movie quotes anymore. A lot of them were all videos, movie quotes, but that's fun. I like to kind of break up the monotony, but some people want the monotony. They want me just to talk straight up about what I think, and they'd rather not have the comedy in there, which I think is crazy. I'm like, let's get, you know what I mean? Let's be entertained. But I don't know. So I might be moving on from, I don't know. Your conversation with me so far has made me want to keep them. So that's good.
I was going to say, I thoroughly enjoy them. Like you said, it's entertaining and stuff. Your jokes alone are pretty entertaining, and what you have to say about the figures and the prices, especially when you go over third-party prices and how Hasbro hasn't released these figures, but they're re-releasing these that nobody gives a fuck about. And I just find it completely entertaining. That's why, I watch your videos, because like I said, myself, am also a movie fan. And so I love those movie quotes. And like you said, sometimes I'm thinking about them and you throw them in there. I'm just like, well, perfect.
That's funny. So yeah, I wish I had more time to do the videos, but life calls,
No, yeah, I definitely understand that, man.
We all got real things to do in life.
Well, you have to do something to pay for those toys, right?
Yeah, the money has to come from somewhere.
Exactly. So, are there any new figures coming out this year that you're excited for, whether it be Star Wars, NECA, Hasbro in any form?
That's a great question. You know what? I really want to get my hands on these TBC Boba Fett's, which look really good. The Vintage Collection one, there's a Target exclusive one that's like a deluxe. But those look pretty good. Anything else I'm looking forward to specifically? Well, nothing that was revealed today. I'll tell you that. Let me think. Oh, you know what? The archive Dangar. Really like to get. I'd like to see what that looks like. What they did with that. So the archive Dangar. I'd love to get my hands on that. Let me think. Oh, you know what? I think NECA's doing like a Krampus figure that's coming out.
They are.
Yeah, that would be. I want to see what that I'm kind of excited about.
Did you pick up the Mythic Legions one?
I did, and it's awesome.
Which one did you get, the red or the original black?
No, you know what? I didn't get the red one. I got the first one that came with like the box and stuff. Did the red one come with the box and stuff?
I'm not sure. I didn't get either of them.
No, I was gonna order the red one. I just didn't get around to it. But I definitely got the first one. That thing is amazing. Let me think. That's all I can think of at the top of my head. I don't remember what else has really been revealed that's coming. Oh, maybe the Secret of the Ooze Shredder and the Secret of the Ooze 4-pack. Those,
Yeah, that was just shown off, right?
yeah, that would be cool. I'd really like to get my Loot Crate Ninja Turtles. That'd be awesome. Looking forward
Have
to
you
that.
heard about what's going on with them?
I have heard that. Yes, I heard there's a court case, right?
Yeah, and then have you heard like products actually just sitting in factories and you may not receive it?
No, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. So basically, I don't know what you've heard, but I can tell you what I've heard.
Please do.
There's a court case. So one of the people who are either own or is a higher up in NECA was purchased Loot Crate from Loot Crate. Loot Crate was going out of business. That's why they're doing these things, the NECA figures. And part of the deal was that the new purchaser, this guy who owns it now, who's part of NECA, he was supposed to pay these state taxes, which equal millions of dollars. That was part of the deal. Pay it by a certain date, which is lapsed, and he did not pay. And now Loot Crate is suing for this money, and he is saying that he's not paying. He's not going to pay. So that is the limbo that Loot Crate is in right now. It's being litigated now, so who knows how long it's going to take to actually, come to a conclusion, and if that conclusion may or may not be the bankruptcy of Loot Crate.
Wow. So do you think you guys aren't going to see your Loot Crates till everything gets resolved?
Probably not, although Loot Crate, I did get an email from Loot Crate because I asked them about something else that they owe me, but they did respond eventually. But yeah, so I don't know. I think we're supposed to have a lot of stuff by now, but I know that that's the main reason why it's all in limbo right now, and it's even difficult to get in touch with them. So
well, I heard they fired their whole support team.
They did what?
I heard they fired their whole support team. They even deleted their support Twitter. If you try to go to their Twitter, like their support Twitter, it's like no longer exists.
Yeah. Really? No, I didn't know that. Yeah, so I don't know, but there might even be an injunction where they can't even do business until this court case is finalized. So who knows? I don't know that for a fact, but that's things that happen in court that if it's going to be a difference between out of business and in business or bankruptcy or this amount of money, sometimes they might put an injunction on the business so they can't do any business until this is finalized. So who knows? But
especially when it has to deal with taxes.
Right, yeah, because, they didn't fool around.
Exactly.
So
nothing's true in life but death and taxes.
That's right. So, so it's...
Shitty Black Series reveals.
What's that?
And Shitty Black Series reveals.
Exactly. So, so I read that. I read an article about that. I forget where I read it. It was in some online paper or something. So that's what's happening with that. So I don't know if all that information had made it to the action figure public yet, but that's what I read.
Well, I'm kind of glad I missed out on those boxes then. I was kind of bummed at first, but now I'm kind of just like,
Yeah, so I think everybody's pretty disappointed, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they send something soon.
No, yeah, definitely. So, I mean, we've kind of touched upon a bit of like the toy collecting community of 2022 in terms of obviously, Loot Crate not delivering, Hasbro's rising prices. What do you see the future of toy collecting, in 2022 and going forward? Like you said, you kind of predicted it, they lost a big portion of their big fan base that buys a lot in terms of at least Black Series. But do you see this happening in other lines as well?
Yeah, the bubble's going to burst. Absolutely. I can't tell you when it's going to happen, but the bubble's going to burst. The influx of all these people. So basically, they're riding out on the wave of 80s and 90s nostalgia. That's what's happening right now. So that's why action figures, everything that's nostalgic for the 80s, 90s, the kids who are in 80s right now are in their 30s and 40s, and they love their nostalgic action figures because they had them when they were kids, right? So eventually that demographic is going to be old. They're not going to be collecting action figures anymore, and this influx and this rising thing of the action figure community is going to go back down. And I think one of the things that might do that is or be a catalyst to help destroy it and alienate the people that like me that spent all this money on this is going to be, it's the exclusive. Now the exclusive needs to happen. There's no, I mean, Hasbro is buying their way into Target and GameStop and Walmart by giving these stores an exclusive. It needs to exist. If Hasbro wants shelf space in these stores, but the way they're choosing these exclusives and the fact and how difficult they are to get is going to eventually alienate like so many collectors where they're just going to put their hands up and be like, I can't even get this figure. Like the trooper for Walgreens right now, like no pre-orders, can't find it. You know what I mean? Like,
it's been released like a year later after it was revealed.
People are just going to get like, it's on sale now, but so Bad Batch Rex over at Walmart, and then even if you try to get it, it's gonna be Walmart. They're gonna deliver it, and it's gonna be smashed to pieces, you know. And you're gonna have to try to get a different one, or they're picking like what if anything that Boba Fett should never be an exclusive. There should be enough for Boba Fett's for everybody. They should not be an exclusive. And they made so the TVC Boba Fett is an exclusive. And making these figures that everyone wants too difficult to get is going to alienate people from the hobby. It's going to make people like me throw their hands up and be like, I can't do this anymore. And too many figures are exclusive. Like this is the first reveals where they weren't like all exclusives. The last like 2 or 3 or 4 reveals for Hasbro for Black Series and TVC, like everything was exclusives. Now today there was what 3, I think, instead of all of them, which is lower number, but all these exclusives are going to destroy the hobby, and they should enjoy their high now. Because that's the whole reason why I was screaming about them. You don't want to alienate, the older collector like me, or even you who buy so much. You don't want to piss those people off. Those are your bread and butter. Those are the people that bought the Power of the Force things. You know what I mean? Those are the people that bought when action figure collecting was down in the dumps before this explosion. They are still going to be there. They're the constant. You need them because if you lose them, and then this bubble bursts, you have nothing. So you need to keep the older collector who buys 1 or 2 of everything. You need to keep him engaged, and you need to release things that that they want, not just what's the younger person is going to want, or what's a flash in a pan for today, or let's drop a bunch of gins because everybody wants more gins. You know what I mean? Like so
yeah.
It's coming, but right now we're at the peak or even peaking, and that's and if you've noticed now, there's so many like the turtle van for Super 7 was $450.
Yeah.
Like you don't have stuff like that ever. Like that. Like these things are getting ridiculous. Like the Rancor was $350. That was a joke. Yeah, even the NECA turtle van is $250 or something. These prices are getting ridiculous, and it's going to destroy the hobby. It's the same thing is, as soon as it's just the same as like commercializing like anything, rock and roll, jazz, hip hop. As soon as the commercialization of it comes, the real people get away and it destroys it completely. The same thing is happening with action figures, and it will eventually destroy the hobby.
No, yeah, I totally agree with every point you made there, especially the price one, and everything with associated to, them re-releasing stuff and stuff that, like you said, the older collectors aren't into and stuff like you said, the bread and butter stuff, people that they're going to be there whether or not it's a popular hobby or not. And they're really trying to, cater to, people that are here for the time being, that are trying to make a quick buck on some of this stuff. And, once they realize it's not as lucrative as, they would think, they tend to leave, you know what I mean? And they're left, with a smaller audience, but, now they're going to have an even smaller one alienating all these other real collectors and stuff. And yeah, I've had to be real picky and choosy this year because of rising prices and, lack of really quality and money content. You're not really getting what you're paying for with a lot of these figures nowadays. Thankfully McFarlane's still $20, but Hasbro has had 3 price hikes within the last 7 to 8 months.
Yep, it's crazy. McFarlane, yeah, they're staying at $20 basically. But I don't know. I think sometimes I can't. I'm not the best at those type of figures quality, but sometimes the quality doesn't seem to really be there with McFarlane. A lot of time in the faces.
That's true.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Although some of them are really good, but some of them seem kind of lazy or sloppy. Although I still...
Even in the plastic, sometimes they feel kind of like cheap figures. They feel like, knockoff figures rather than something coming from, like a Hasbro, Mattel, or a McFarlane company.
Right, for sure. But some of them are really good. So I don't know this about McFarlane, but I mean Hasbro is on another level when it comes to head sculpts compared to
I got photoreal.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can definitely tell the difference there. But I don't know. Actually, did you see the Leia, the Endor Ewok Village Leia? Something's wrong with her head sculpt, actually, when I was noticing it. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the look on her face. She looks totally pissed or something. Check it out. It's weird. I didn't notice it the first time. Somebody else said it. So, yeah. And she looks, I don't know. She looks...
Let me look up your page real quick because I'm sure you have pictures of it.
I think I do. Down here.
Oh, I cannot type for the life of me right now.
Too much coffee, man.
I know my hands are all shaky. I'm hitting 4 buttons at once. No, I'm kidding. There we are. So here are the new reveals. You have the New Republic security droid. Oh, wait, that's just that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there she is. Oops, man, wrong button. Let's see. Deluxe band guy. Oh, yeah, I see it. She looks a little mad.
Yeah.
She looks a little pissed.
Right, yeah. She definitely looks mad. Wow, it's sure up,
Yeah, I mean, her face looks a little squashed, too. Carrie Fisher's face isn't so, small, is it?
No, right? You're right. It looks too wide. It kind of looks like a dude.
Yeah. That's
yeah,
weird.
this looks sure at all.
It really doesn't. That's weird that they're doing that, yet they just released, the archive Leia.
Right. I feel as though, yes. Hopefully, sometimes what we get is different than what they show us first. So maybe it'll be better. But I don't know.
Maybe it'll be worse.
Maybe worse. That's definitely true. Definitely could be worse. Yeah.
So go ahead.
I said, yeah. So I don't know. I just thought she looked kind of angry.
No, yeah, she definitely does. But I'm sure you're going to pre-order her when she comes available, right?
Tomorrow, for sure. Two of them.
Well, we pretty much run through every question I've had for you, man, except for one. And I know you kind of touched upon this a bit. You're busy with life and stuff, but any new videos planned for the future?
Yes, yep. I have one. I'm working on it right now. It's almost done. It's top 10 Black Series. Wait, top 10 Black Series figures that were hardest to find in the wild. So back in the day, it was more of like a toy hunting thing than it is now. I don't do a lot of toy hunting now at all. Like, although I'll just still stop by Target and Walmart and stuff, but toy hunting was like my biggest hobby, like getting out there and finding it. So some of them are really hard to find. Not so much today because I do most of the pre-orders online and stuff. But I kind of wrote down the 10 or 11 ones that I remember being like the hardest to find, mostly because of Hasbro's bad decisions, mind you, which made them hard to find. So yeah, so I made a video about that. I'm just putting the finishing touches on that. Should be done in like a week.
Sounds good. I think I know what your number one pick's going to be. I think we spoke about it earlier.
I did mention it during this video.
I figured it'd be brought up on it.
Very true.
So, man, do you want to tell the people where they can find you, whether it's on YouTube or here on Instagram, because you have a lot of great news to share?
Sure, yes. Instagram is at Toy Collector Star Wars.
But you share more than just Star Wars.
Yes, exactly. It's pretty much all the toy lines that I can get news on. It's about news and when stuff is in stock or on sale, which is probably the biggest thing. Like today I posted how the Bad Batch, the Star Wars exclusive or the Walmart exclusive Bad Batch Rex was on sale today. It still is right now at Walmart for $22.97 or something, which is like $8 off. So it's stuff when stuff's on sale at Amazon and stuff like that. And then I have a YouTube channel. It's called Can't Kill Chewy, which is CANT. There's no apostrophe. If you put the apostrophe, you're not going to find it. Kill, and then Chewy, CHEWIE. Right? EW. Right. So yes. You have YouTube videos on there. You should check them out. They're funny. I think so. Me and the buff collector think so, at least.
I definitely enjoy them. I'm sure a bunch of people do. Like I said, your critiques of Hasbro are always spot on. Like you said, you love the line, you collect the line and everything, but when you love something so much, you tend to see also how it can be improved and whatnot. And I think you bring that to the forefront, but in a comical and entertaining way that doesn't really, I guess you could say, pokes at Hasbro and stuff, but in a fun way that I can see them watching it and going, having a laugh, but then realizing, oh shit, we're fucking up.
Yep, for sure. So yeah, it's yes, I do love the line. It's all out of love, but just some of the decisions are so glaringly idiotic that it needs to be pointed out. So that's what I try to do. I like to hold up the mirror for Hasbro, but this is what you're doing, and it's not correct. But yes. It's all out of love. I don't hate the line for sure. Definitely not.
Well, I definitely look forward to your new video coming out soon. I'm sure everybody else that follows you is as well. And hopefully you find time to make more of your great videos and content. And also thank you for sharing all the great reveals, pre-orders, new in stock, restocks, and all that stuff. You do help a lot of collectors out, including myself. I have my notifications on for you because I'm always looking for something sometimes, and you're always on top of it. So you're one of the few that I do have my notifications on for, so that way I stay up to date with your stuff. So thank you for that, and thank you for taking time out of your busy day and time out of sharing all this great news with us toy collectors to come onto the show, have a great conversation with me. And like I said, I love your videos. I started watching when I got back into collecting and everything, and it's great to actually have a face-to-face conversation with somebody that I watched before and now I'm having a conversation with. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate you taking time.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me. This was awesome. I'd like to come back. Actually, when I start doing live streams, I'd like to have you on my channel.
Of course, man. Of course. Just let me know when and where, and I'll be there. And yes, as soon as I need another guest, I will definitely have you on again, and I will ask you in advance, like always.
Okay,
Plenty of time.
that's no problem, man. So this was great. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it, and thank you for having me, Jesse. I appreciate it too.
Thank you for coming on, man. Have a great rest of your night.
All right, you too, guys.
Thank you so much for joining me for episode 14 of Coffee and Toys. Once again, thank you so much to Ken Kill Chewy for coming on, taking time out of his busy day, informing us of all the great reveals, pre-orders, stock, restocks, and everything, and coming on and having a great conversation. I really do appreciate it. Great guy. If you haven't seen his videos on YouTube, guys, I highly, highly recommend it. Funny as hell. Perfect movie quotes and clips, and just an all-around great time. So I definitely look forward to his new video. And yeah, guys, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Coffee and Toys Live. Thank you for watching live, the replay, any form, anytime. Thank you so much. And join me next week for episode 15, where I will be speaking to the Loyal Subjects, the toy company. Yes, I am super excited to be speaking with them. It's always fun to, speak to a toy company, especially being in the toy community. That's the best part, and especially being, a smaller Instagram and stuff. It's great that they're willing to talk to us, or I really shouldn't say smaller, because if Rocco watches this, he's going to get mad. So a not so well known channel and stuff, but that's what helps build the channel, and I really do appreciate them coming onto the show and taking time. And so super excited to talk to them. But yeah, had a great conversation today with Can't Kill Chewy. So thank you once again for him coming on. Join me next week for episode 15. Like I said, I will be speaking to the Loyal Subjects. If you haven't already, follow me here on Instagram at CoolFigurez. I also have a more dedicated toy photography page where I post my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. Subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already at CoolFigurez. And if you like unboxings, follow me over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And as always, have a great fucking day. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do also have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys like unboxings, check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all of my unboxings. And check me out every Sunday for Coffee and Toys, a weekly Toy News Toy Talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, weekly toy haul, and so much more. And join me every Wednesday over on Instagram for Coffee and Toys Live, where I will speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy hunting, toy photography, and so much more. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really do appreciate it.